Hello, class. This is Jake Maggio here today. I'm here to present you with my final oral presentation for English composition with Dr. Kane. When reading the article by Paul Owen in The Guardian, A Very Rough Guide to America from an Englishman in New York, I found many of his claims to be interesting. Three of them that I picked that stood out to me. The first one was tips in America. In America, you need to tip for everything. I do agree with that, because in America, it is a custom to, when receiving services from individuals or a business, to provide a tip. Whether it be delivery drivers, waiters, waitresses, tattoo artists, barbers, hairstylists, or many more. In America, workers often rely on tips because they aren't making an hourly wage, which is much different in other countries. John Langford is a very credible author. He works with BBN News, which is a very well-known American source that covers a lot of international travel and other information. And the picture provided on the screen is courtesy of Google Images clip art. You are expected to provide a tip after receiving goods or services like the US, but there are some differences. The amount expected of the tip is a little bit lower. In Mexico, it ranges between 10 to 15% of the total bill, when in the US it's more between 15 to 20%, if not a little bit more, depending on service. Also, what is different is taxis you're not expected to tip in Mexico, which is a little unique, I found. You and the driver just determine a total fare prior to the drive. These sources that were used was a web page called Who to Tip in Mexico by Richard Powell. Richard Powell is an economic, financial, and traveling expert who's very well known to be in Mexico with travel and also in the United States. That site's very, very helpful to a first-time visitor to know what to expect and to know how much to spend when visiting the country. The next claim that Paul Owen made about America that I selected is that coins have become useless in America. I believe his claim and agree with him because there are many, many human beings in America that when they receive change, they make dispose of coins immediately, whether they throw it in the tip jar or just drop it on the ground. There are very few purchases that are made with coins. Not many at all. A lot of low-cost items, such as items that are $1.50, 50 cents, 25 cents. It is much more popular in the older population in America than the young, but it is starting to die out altogether. In fact, there are places that don't even accept change, such as restaurants or gas stations. The picture here in the left-hand corner of pennies with Abraham Lincoln on it, that picture is accredited to Amazon.com. A photographer named Tyler Kerr. On the other hand, when it comes to coins in the United Kingdom, they appear to be more popular amongst youth. Coins seem to be heavier than in the United States, and they're an overall higher quality item to hold, rather than pennies that have been collecting rust in America for over hundreds of years. They also have more value. There's more that you could buy with coins in the United Kingdom. There are also rare coins that still have value, more so than in the United States, and they're seen as collector's items in England. This information came from an article by Tom Clayton It was very recent, written in June 2019, and the pictures used in that slide are courtesy of clip art. Now in Mexico, the use of coins are much more frequent than the United States. The highest coin of value in Mexico is 20 pesos. That can buy you many items in Mexico, but when converting it to US currency, 20 pesos is only worth 84 cents. Mexico, you can buy a lot more with coins as previously stated, but also in Mexico, there is a lot less dollar bill paper currency to use when it's only offered at higher denominations. The lowest dollar bill in Mexico is equivalent to a $20 bill. The information used in this slide was a database article through JSTOR database by Andrew Bayat. Also, TripAdvisor.com gave some information, and I used USR Currency Exchange to exchange the currency rate. Now, when it comes to Paul Owen's third remark I selected, bars don't serve food in America, just keep drinking. I do not agree with that statement. The reason being is, at every bar in America, there usually is a food menu with a variety of items to order. But alcoholic beverages do seem to have priority at most bars in America over food. It is very crucial for most bars to have all three: good food, good drinks, and good drink specials, and good atmosphere. In the United States, there tends to be a very upbeat nightlife atmosphere at bars, which is a little bit different in other countries. The pictures shown on the slide are both found on clip art. In England, the bar scene is a little bit different. In England, food has a high priority, rather than how the United States runs with alcoholic beverages as the priority at the bar. And in England, it's more of a pub scene than a bar scene. It's more relaxing and much more family-oriented than the United States. This information was found in another article by John Langford in BBN Network. The Mexico bar scene is always an upbeat atmosphere. Bars offer great alcoholic beverages, atmosphere, and great Mexican dishes. What's different about bars in Mexico than most countries is live music is very, very frequent in Mexico. Mexico is known to be superior in a variety of alcoholic beverages, whether it be cocktails or beers, such as Coronas. This information was given to me by webadvisor.com, and both images were found on clip art. Now here is a photo taken by X-Curve Photography showing the bar scene in Cancun, Mexico. Shows the upbeat, high-energy atmosphere. Now here are two photos showing a bar in Baltimore, Maryland. Photos also credited to X-Curve Photography. This shows the upbeat party atmosphere geared towards the younger age at the bars. Now here's a photo of a pub, and it shows its relaxing atmosphere in the United Kingdom. The photo is credit of Lee Francois. And now, I hope you're able to see, after Paul Owen's remarks in his article, his three statements, and now you can see how they're all different amongst Mexico, the United States, and the United Kingdom.